Greetings one and all, this is Rhythm Works and welcome one and all to my channel. Now I'll give you another video today, and I really wanted to keep this video separate from the other video that I posted in relation to the conferences, and it is namely about Destiny 2. More to the point, it's about the expansion that is the Forsaken. Am I getting it? Yes, I'm getting it. And I want to tell you why I'm getting it. Because I like Destiny. I like Destiny. Through all its faults, all its problems, I like Destiny. For one very, very, very important reason. And that is simply the shooting mechanics. I've played loads of other games, and all these other games are good in their own right and of their own merit, but none has come close to the mechanics of Destiny. None. Like I said in many videos before, I would put Battlefield at a close second in terms of the weaponry. And to be fair, it's like the weaponry in Battlefield are of real weapons and perform like real weapons. That's fine, that's cool. But the overall feel of the shooting mechanics in both games, I can honestly say that I put Destiny above Battlefield. Or shall I say, I put both of them in a league of their own. That would be more fair to say. And that's what keeps me coming back to it. Regardless of the random drops and everything that has plagued the game. That's what keeps me coming back to it. To the point now where I've actually leveled up all of my characters to at least 350. I know it's not much, but you know, where it was suggested that you only level up one character, I've enjoyed the game that much that I'm leveling up all characters again. Now don't get me wrong, I have total agreement in people's justification of their disappointment with Bungie in particular, not necessarily the game, but with Bungie, because overall people want Destiny to be a really good game to play, but it's the practices of Bungie and or Activision that comes into question. There's no doubt about it, and I'm not trying to argue the toss with anyone who feels that way. But what I will say this: in life in general, people fuck up. You know what I'm saying? People fuck up. How many chances you give them is how many chances you give them. And I was feeling it up to a certain point, after which I didn't feel it simply because of the mechanics. I just compare all shooting mechanics of any game to Destiny. That's the benchmark for me. But what Ubisoft done and what they proved is that sticking with a game that has its flaws and improving on the game basically makes the game turn out better. And I know that is, but does it make sense for Bungie or Activision just to say, okay, right, you know, we fucked up and we're just gonna park the game, we're not gonna put no attention to it, and you're just gonna get it broken and more or less unplayable in parts? Would you be happy with that? I don't think you would. You know, not if you like Destiny. You're not going to like that. So what other option is there apart from them trying to make it better? Now, with that, it can be argued that, okay, well, if that's the case, and for our loyal service to the game, that some elements of the improvements should be available for free. To some degree, I agree with you on that, especially after the announcement of Division 2 and what was going to be featured in that as well. I agree. I agree that some elements should have been made for free, or the price point of the Forsaken DLC should be much lower. Now here's another reason why I'm getting the Forsaken DLC expansion, call it what you will. It's simply because Destiny for me is a robust solo, co-op, PvE, PvP, multiplayer game. It's one of the most robust games in the marketplace right about now. There's not really been another game that I can play so many different modes within it. I can't name you one game in all the games that I've got that I can play all of those modes, apart from Uncharted 3. Other than that, there's no other game that I've got in my collection that gives me so much options and so much choice within the one game. And you gotta give it to Destiny for that, man. At its very least, you know what I'm saying? You gotta give it to Destiny for that, man. I mean, considering a few years ago I had no interest in fantasy shooters, space shooters. I had no interest at all for anything of that nature. I like my shooters to be contemporary. If it hasn't got a Starbucks or a freaking Mickey D's on the map, I ain't freaking playing it. That's how that's how superficial I was, you know. But yeah, Destiny for me is one of the most robust multi-mode games I've played of this generation, and I'm willing to give it one more chance to redeem itself with the new PvP stroke E mode, Gambit. That's looking interesting. One can only guess and speculate at this point in time before Bungie makes any more announcements for E3 what is going to be included within the expansion, you know, so we can only speculate at this point. But still, we have the choice whether just to get the expansion, which is going to cost like 30, I think it's £34, and also the annual pass. I thought personally that the pass was more or less there for the timed events, but I now know from information I've seen from Bungie that the timed events will still be free, like the Dawning and Crimson Doubles and all that kind of stuff. That will be still for free. So it's still, you know, it's still kind of gauging my interest as to, okay, what are you giving us? Bearing in mind, you know that we're losing faith in you. Bearing in mind, you know that we're not trusting you right about now. And by what a lot of content creators have been saying that went to the summit, Bungie summit, and was more or less hyped about this expansion, they wouldn't be saying that if certain elements of it wasn't encouraging, to say the least. So that's what I'm taking away from the hardcore Destiny players. Do you know what I mean? Because in Destiny 1 I put at least 2,000 hours in that shit. I don't even know how many hours I've put into Destiny 2, but obviously it's not that much. But who knows? It could get to those digits if the game turns out better this time around. Money issue is the money issue. The costing is the costing. The principle is the principle. But at the end of the day, it's a business, you know what I mean? And we have the choice whether or not to take out our debit card and spend on a product. It's up to us. You know, I felt the same way in relation to The Last of Us. And people were just basically saying, oh, I love the game, I love the game. I don't know why you don't love the game and blah, blah, blah. It's not so much the game, it's the principle of Naughty Dog adding microtransactions, weapon microtransactions I didn't like. Do you know what I mean? And that stopped me from playing a game that I absolutely loved. Naughty Dog. Stopped playing Uncharted 4 simply because the co-op mode, which was one of the most highly rated modes in Uncharted 3, wasn't fully included until at least 7 months after the release. By which time I lost interest. Lots of games came out around that time. Lost interest. Never thought that I would say that about Uncharted. Never thought I would say that about Naughty Dog. But hey, it just goes to show that it is what it is right now. In business, much less gaming. So I am giving Destiny 2's Forsaken expansion a chance. I got a little candle burning a nice sweet little flame for it. My friends have bailed out, and you know, rightfully so. You know, they have their own viewpoints, and you know, to some degree they've lost a lot of faith in the game. But I just so want the game to be better. I really, really, really do. So anyway, that is it. That's why I'm buying Forsaken. So with that, I want to bid you guys adieu for now. And as always, you done know the coup, whatever the game, media, platform, format, genre. Happy gaming, because that's what it's truly about. Don't care what you play. If you're happy playing it, I'm happy with you and I'm happy for you. So until I catch you on the next one, people, please stay blessed. Oh my God.